everyone. It's Abby and Liz with the Abby and Liz channel, where we are learning to live within our means. And tonight is our second week of Budget Buddies, and I'm both equally excited and really nervous to tell Liz and you all how terrible I did this last week. So Liz, do you want me to jump in?
Yep, go for it.
Okay. So this week, I did really good with eating out in the amount of times we ate out. I only ate out one time, but it really counted. It was a lunch with friends. We went to Olive Garden, and after tip and everything, it was $27. Yeah. And I did 2 trips to Starbucks, and then we had a grocery store candy treat that Lily got on a car trip. So our grand total was $63.56. So my goal for this week for eating out was $25. So I went significantly over that. However, for the grand total of the month, I budgeted $200, and we're just at like 100 and some. So I still haven't blown the whole budget category. Just for the week, it was a bit much. And that's kind of how I'll do it from now on. So I can tell you, every month, my goal is to do $400 for groceries and then $200 to eat out, so $600 total, which is God, I don't even want to admit this, but the last couple months we've been getting close to $1,000 in food, which is makes me sick thinking about it. But so that's where we're at with that. The second category is groceries, which last week I said I was at $22. Well, this week for how we spend money with groceries, I spent $155.70, and that was just Saturday. We went to 3 different stores, and I bought a lot for freezer cooking. So it's not even just this week's meals. It's also going to be future meals. So I posted a video about making frozen pizzas. I also made some soup. And then there's a couple other things that will stretch beyond just the week. So I'm really happy with that. Then Bo and I, when we budget, we have a personal category, and then we have for the home category. So personal is and this is I've been kind of debating on if I want to keep it like this or if it's just kind of too much to separate. I know for you, Liz, you kind of have just a miscellaneous category.
Yeah.
Where with the Dave Ramsey app, it initially teaches you to break everything down, and it kind of gets to be a little bit much. So again, we have a personal category, which is shampoo, body wash, makeup, anything that we use for personal hygiene kind of. And then we have a home category, so things that go into the home, if we need light bulbs. I had Bo bought a DVD, and then had to get Lily a booster seat. So our home category, we actually blew the entire month's budget just this last week. We ended up spending $113.21 out of our home budget. So we over the month budget is $55. So I did blow that this month. But we had a couple things like Lily's booster seat we were not planning on, and I went on a day trip with my dad to take out cash for that. So that's okay. Clothes for the last week, every month I budget $25 for clothes. That's $25 per person. Then if we don't use it, I roll it over because a pair of shoes can end up being, $75 to $100. So clothes this week, we were at $39, just over $39. It's $40.12. And then gas was $27.41, so that was in budget. So all in all, I'm going to call it a win. Like I said, we had some pretty extreme spending going on in the home and personal. I needed new makeup. Lily needed the booster seat, things like that. But I'm really proud of myself. I only actually went to a restaurant, and that's for lunches and dinners, and I made it through the weekend. And it's nuts. So that was a good thing. So I didn't have to do the PB&J challenge. But I will say there was 2 times where I thought of it. I think it was Monday night, and I had cleaned all day, and I was really tired. And the last thing I wanted to do was dirty my kitchen. But then, especially after making all those frozen pizzas, idea. but definitely want to carve out some time for it. But I really wanted to go do something cheap, and we didn't. I ended up making what did we have Monday? I can't remember, but I know I didn't eat out. So there was that time, and then tonight I was running around after work and thinking, oh man, how good would it be just to go like through and get Panera or get something, and I didn't. So I'm really proud of myself. So yay, go PB&J challenge.
Yep, awesome. Well, yeah, and that's I guess that's a good point. I didn't have to like do the PB&J challenges and like eat peanut butter and jelly because we had like meals every night. So which yeah, that's really good. Well, and one thing too, like, you know, you're over this week, but think about how much worse it would be if we weren't keeping track of this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So that, yeah. Well, let's see. I'll go over my numbers. We did a cash budget this week. So we've done this like years ago, but we tend to like fall off the wagon just because like one week you don't go to the bank to get cash, and then you get back into the habit of using your debit card. So really committing to it because we know that we do so much better when we're on a cash budget. So for groceries this week, I shared a video, I think on Sunday, of our grocery run on Saturday. So we were at like about $55, and I budget $50 for the week. I took that extra $5 out of my other category.
Good job.
Yes. And what I do, we can link below, but what I've been doing for our cash budget, I learned from Jordan Page. Oh, it's backwards, but on the funcheaperfree.com YouTube channel. So it's the envelope where you can, I think this will be backwards, but basically you can borrow side to side throughout the week. So like I've got groceries on one side, other on the other side. I can borrow back and forth, but I can't borrow up and down. So like how you have the amount for the month, like that's great if you have the like self-control to stick to that. But I typically
don't know that.
Yeah, I know. I don't either. I don't either. So I end up spending that money like a million times over and over again.
Yeah.
So this way, hopefully it helps, I don't know, keep me more accountable to not pushing it off.
Did you like it for the week though? Like, did you
I
feel
did.
like it helped?
Yep, definitely.
What's interesting, and again, we can link it, but I watched that video too, and it's like like non-pleasing to look at. It's kind of sloppy. It doesn't have like a system like all of the budgeters have, like the fancy envelopes.
Elliot.
But it logically kind of made the most sense. It's like much less work and stress about it. So did you find that you stuck to it versus like the other cash systems you've used?
Yeah, I definitely stuck to it this week. And in the past, I've had like, this like file folder, like plastic envelope that I bought at Walmart with all the different categories in it and stuff. But then that thing is huge, and it's kind of embarrassing to like get it out of your purse and stuff. And then I didn't like that, once I open it, people can see all the other cash that's in there. So this envelope is just groceries and other. And so I just like keep that in my purse or the diaper bag. And then for eating out money or like just spending money between me and Adam, we just carry like whatever is ours for that week. We just keep it in our wallet. And then other things like gas, stuff that is hard to pay cash for, we're just not trying to pay cash for it, and just we'll put it on the debit card. That's fine. So really we've just got like, I guess, essentially 3 categories for cash. It's groceries and other. And other is like anything. So like haircuts or I had like some parking tickets, just anything that came up in the week, like that's what it had to come out of.
Okay.
And then the third category.
So then how do you and Adam handle, and I'm totally interrupting your entire.
That's okay.
Kind of, I'm curious because I've had friends ask me, because when we did the Dave Ramsey class, and they'd be like, well, how do you make it work? Because you get the one envelope. Husband, like if Bo is out and needs to go to the store, I have the envelopes. then he uses the debit card, and then we take from the budget, or maybe we don't from the envelope. So do you and Adam just like split it even, like from the beginning, or how do you guys do that?
Yeah, so like I'm the one that goes grocery shopping, and then I'm usually the one either that's like using the other budget, or like we just think ahead and I give him money out of that if he needs to go buy something. And then for eating out, and then I had like a spending category. We just split that down the middle, but like I might just call that like fun money or something and split it down the middle instead of why I have so many categories. But so yeah, and then so what that doesn't really leave is if like we go out to eat as a family, like we'd have to kind of pool our individual fun money. But we're trying not to do that because we're trying to eat at home. So like the eating out is really like when we're at work, or just if like you don't have to use it for eating out. So like if I wanted to buy something else, I could.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So let's see. So basically, so with our so groceries, $5 over, but that wasn't a problem. I took it from my other category, which I budget $25 a week for. This week we had some bonus money because, yeah, I took our change jar to the bank, and there was $5 in there, and then Adam sold some video games, and he got like I think $26 for those, and he just put it back into our cash budget just to kind of help us out for this week.
Nice.
So I actually have $11 still left in our other budget. And I'm just going to roll that over to next week because we're going to have to buy a lot of extra stuff for our groceries since it's been lighter the last 2 weeks. We're going to have to get like formula and meat and a bunch of stuff like that. So then for eating out, I still have $3 left in there. And then for gas, we spent about $40. So all in all, we have $14 remaining. And if we hadn't have gotten that bonus $36, then we would be $22 over budget or something like that. But way better than last week when we were $150 over budget. So the cash budget makes a huge difference for us.
You did amazing. Okay, so definitely next week I need to go beyond just leaving the card at home and honestly just carry cash.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Did you ever find yourself in a like wishing you had your debit card? I mean, either temptation or necessity. Like, and by necessity I mean like honest necessity, not like, oh, I really want these shoes.
Right. Not this week. And I mean, I had it with me in case of emergencies because I'd rather put something on a debit card than a credit card. But like, yeah, there were a few times where I was really going to go get a Starbucks or go out to eat at work. But then it's like, you know what? I have K-Cups here. I brought something to eat for lunch. Like, this will be fine. I'll just do this. And that was good because I could save it throughout the week. And then like we had to make, I had to make kind of like an emergency trip to the grocery store and get some stuff. And so I just used like what was in my wallet for that. So like, I just kind of saved it. And then that way we didn't end up going over in other categories. But that, I mean, that's a week where like this is new and I feel like I've got like some really more self-control this week than I typically do. So,
good.
But yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. What was
Good job. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. So let's see, we were going to talk just a little bit quickly about, you had something that I had never heard of, like the 6 week, something about groceries in 6 weeks. So please share because I want to learn.
Yeah. Okay. So one thing, so I used to kind of be a diehard couponer, not an extreme couponer where I had like toothpaste and toilet paper and crevices of my head. When we were in college, I would coupon a lot. And one thing that I learned from that, and if I can find the website, so there are people and websites out there where you can go and they have already made up like lists. It's like an inventory list essentially with the price per ounce and when things are typically supposed to go on sale. So like, you know, the seasonal foods and things like that. And so what that taught me from research and like the best tip if you really have the most bang for your buck with grocery shopping is to buy when things are their bottom dollar price or rock bottom price. Different places call them different, different terms, but essentially everything goes on sale. So like this week, let's pretend like pasta, for instance. Barilla pasta is about $1.29 a box wherever you go, whether it's Fairway, Hy-Vee, Target, Walmart, wherever you go, it's about $1.29 a box, give or take. Sometimes it'll go on sale to $1.20. Sometimes it'll go on sale to $1.10. I've seen it as 88 cents a box, which it will typically go on sale that cheap. So the rock bottom price, 6 weeks. So this week, the Barilla is 88 cents a box. So how you shop then is you shop it so you buy enough pasta to last you 6 weeks. So honestly, you're going to need a pantry or some sort of storage space, so what we did, I don't have a pantry even now. I turned a coat closet into a pantry. It just, leave comments, super fancy. Or you can buy a shelf, put it in your basement, clear out a cupboard. It'd be like a ton of space. Like, you can see on YouTube or Pinterest. It doesn't have to be an entire room. So for instance, going back to the pasta. So we eat about a box a week, sometimes more, depending on if we're freezer cooking or whatever. So I know if I last 6 weeks, I need to get 6 boxes. That goes for canned goods. And like this time of the year with Thanksgiving coming, you're going to see, so like those seasonal foods. So like whatever soups, lots of canned goods, boxed goods, certain produce, like it all changes with the season and the time. So the best to grocery shop, even coupons, even without using rebate apps, is to shop the circular and the sales, which I know you do, Liz. Mm-hmm. And last week we talked about Flip, the coupon app, where we can link that below too, but you can go through all of the ads and just like click a button and it'll add you to the list or add it to your shopping list. So like, for instance, like somebody had made a comment on Liz's $50 grocery trip and they're like, yeah, but you didn't get any meat, you didn't get any of this. It's just said, if you shop, so like a couple, Liz and I were doing this, not on YouTube, just kind of helping each other, go over everything and kind of being on track again. Fairway, which is a local grocery store here in the Midwest, had 10 pounds of hamburger on sale for like $1.80 something, wasn't it? It was like really cheap.
Yep.
$2. So Liz and I both got those 10-pound tubes, and then we divided them at home and then froze them. And so that's why we didn't have to buy meat. And then the same chicken was also on sale that week, which was awesome, but also kind of for our budgets because we were buying a lot of meat that week, but it helps stretch over the course of a couple of weeks. So if you shop the ads and you know that everything changes every 6 weeks, and by changes, I mean circular changes, that everything kind of does a full circle of sales, you can stock up at the bottom price, and then you're not buying things out of temptation. Because if you're 6 boxes of pasta at 88 cents versus 6 boxes of pasta at $1.30, I mean, that's quite a big difference. Mm-hmm. Doing that with your entire grocery, you can easily take a $50 grocery trip up to a $100 grocery trip.
Yeah.
That's shopping the rock bottom price.
I like it. All right. Well, yeah, I'm going to have to definitely look for some good either sales to stock up on things this week, or just sometimes what I do to save money on weeks where I need to buy a lot of stuff and some of it's expensive is like, instead of stocking up on meat, even if it is, I mean, if it's cheap, like the cheapest it'll go, then I will. But if it's, just like a decent price, I'm just going to get enough for the week, and I'm not going to worry about like, oh, but what if it's higher next week? Like that, all I can afford this week is what I need this week. So,
yep.
Yeah.
Well, and that's good too, because one thing about stocking up, which I have kind of realized, like, I love to make sure we have enough food. I love having stuff in the freezer. I love having stuff in the pantry. Just like kind of a fear of food insecurity for me. Mm-hmm. That you can also overdo it very easily. So like if something goes on sale, like, tomato soup goes on sale and it's 50 cents a can and it's normally $1. If you buy 50 cans of tomato soup, the odds that you're going to eat it, before it expires, like you just have to be responsible about it. Like there is moderation to, I mean, it is the good time of year where people, like I know we have donation cupboards around. So if you're thinking of it in that way, if you're preparing for like the holidays, that's great. But you definitely want to be responsible. Like, with shopping at Sam's or shopping at like big box stores where you can buy a lot, it will blow your budget and you'll have so much of it, and then you throw food away and then you're throwing your money away too. So even if you only shop for the week, like if money is super tight, if you just, think about how you can stretch it, like 1 pound of ground beef, you may do like a half a pound for one meal and a half a pound for another.
True.
Like I remember my grandma telling me a story, because she lived through the Great Depression, that they would get a pound of hamburger for the whole month, family of like 7. So she would literally put a tablespoon of hamburger in a meal, like a tablespoon between 7 people. So I think we just get used to meat being the main part of the meal, that we focus everything around the meat when and this is for me, like I'm terrible at it, that I need to start focusing on deeper aspects and then meat as a complement rather than the driving force of the meal. But
yep. Awesome. Well,
food budgets, it gets me every time.
Yep. Yep. Well, let's see. I think we both did a good job this week, but definitely there's always room for improvement. So we'll just check in next week and see how we did, and then in the meantime, we'll have videos throughout over the weekend too for you guys to check out. So we are really excited. We're almost done with our first week of posting videos for Abby and Liz. So we're super excited, and we're so excited to see more people subscribing to the channel or liking our Facebook page. So keep it going, and keep asking any questions that you have so that we can address them or, learn more ourselves. But
yeah, and I just want to reiterate, like we are learning right along with you again. Like we ask questions, like we're asking you guys questions, and we just really appreciate that and the feedback and you liking our page. Like we're so excited we have people that like our Facebook page, and it's so fun to see the followers and everything. So yeah, just keep and invite your friends, and we're having fun, and we hope you guys like it.
Yep. All right. Well, I'll talk to you later, Abby, and we'll talk to you guys later too.